ये भाई वो जो लगा रहे चक्कर लो, ये कंपनी है अवरान सिक्योरिटी पे भाई, ये सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी है भाई, इनके पास है भाई, ये पार्लियामेंट के अंदर जो भी है ना। ये भाई आपस में कुछ चाइनीज़ आए में, कुछ भाई फ्रेंच आए में, लोग बात करें तो थोड़ा डिस्टर्ब होगा ना, थोड़ा शांत में अकेले में बताता हूँ। स्टार्ट हो गई है भाई लाइन, ठीक है ना। और भाई जाते हुए चेस्ट पे दिखाया था ना, वो दिखाना मार्क सिक्योरिटी वालों को, ठीक है ना। ये है बस भाई जो भी है। ठीक है ना भाई, आ गए अंदर। भाई सिक्योरिटी चेक होगी भाई अभी अभी। तो मैं बाद में मना कर दिया हम शूट फिल्म करने को, ठीक है ना। सिक्योरिटी चेक हो जाए उसके बाद बात करते, हो गया है ना। ये भाई लॉकर रूम तक है ना, यहाँ भाई पीछे खड़े हैं भाई लोग बाग। सिक्योरिटी चेक तो हो गया भाई, अब भाई लॉकर में सामान वामान रखें, तू भाई पूरे एक साथ ही जाएगा, ठीक है ना। तो करते हैं भाई आपसे बात थोड़ी देर में।
That some of you speak Swedish, but I'm guessing that most of you are here in Budapest. I don't know how much you know about Sweden and how it's governed, so I think I start from the beginning. Sweden is a constitutional monarchy. We have a king who is the head of state. His name is Carl Gustaf, and right now he's the longest reigning monarch in Europe. He's been our king for 51 years. And we've always been a monarchy for more than 1,000 years, and we've never had any presidents, for example. So we have no idea what it's like to live in a republic. But political power, that's also very important, even compared to other monarchies. And we have a proportional system. So the county where we have the most people have the most MPs, and the tiniest one has the least. And that compared to Stockholm, for example, so they have 2 MPs, and the biggest one is Stockholm County. We have 43 MPs for Stockholm County. And they sit geographically. That's also interesting. It's only 3 countries in the world: Sweden, Norway, and South Korea. All the other countries you're allowed to sit with your friends from the same party, but not here. So if you're from Stockholm, you're over there. If you're from Uppsala, you sit here. If you're from Norrbotten, from the north, you sit over there, and so on. So it depends on your constituency. Elections that we had in 2022, we have elections every 4 years. And they have a cooperation with the second biggest party, the Sweden Democrats. So that's how they have a majority. And that's why the biggest party has nothing to do with governing right now, because another coalition has the majority. So it happens sometimes, even if you're the biggest one, it's not all 7th grade, and even in secondary school. So most of the classes try to visit the parliament at least once. And when there's a debate, we sit here for 5 minutes. We're not allowed to speak, of course, and it's very hard for them. Voted on the budget for 2 years ago. Otherwise, it's never like this. So it's completely empty. Sometimes it's one MP and one minister having an interpellation debate, and then no one else is sitting there. So it's quite rare that you see everyone there.
Do you have sessions every day?
No, on Mondays and Fridays you're usually at home in your voting district. You have to be in Stockholm Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday every week. And sometimes we have weeks without debates. Next week, for example, we don't have any debates. And they usually try to make it or synchronize them with So in this model you can see the whole area, and this is where we have the state leadership for Sweden, except for one person who is not in this neighborhood, and that's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He would like to sit in a tank. But this is where he works, the Stockholm Palace. He has an office there, together with the Queen and the Crown Princess, and they are there every weekday. Over here we have the government in this peach-colored building called Rosenbad. That's where the Prime Minister works every day, and the Minister for EU. All the other departments are also quite close by in this area. And this is where the Prime Minister lives. It's a small white building with a black roof, sometimes called Stockholm's Little Downing Street, but it's much smaller, and certainly much smaller than the White House. But that's where the Prime Minister has to live. It's not a choice. They bought this building after our Prime Minister Olof Palme was assassinated in 1986, and they renovated with all kinds of things. So now it's quite secure to live there, and that's why.
Sorry.
So this was the main entrance to the parliament in 1905.
बनानी पड़ी है वीडियो सिक्योरिटी की वजह से, ठीक है ना।
We have lectures here and department meetings and so on, so it's usually fully booked on weekdays. It's quite rare that we can come in with a school class and look around. You might also recognize this if you've been here a while and maybe watched the news. Sometimes the Committee on the Constitution uses this room or the second chamber when they have an open session and they ask really tough questions from the Prime Minister or from members of government. They have to scrutinize the government twice a year. It's their task to do that, and they usually have an open session so that people can also listen up there on the gallery or follow the broadcast. There's one more room I wanted to show you, so we go this way. This room is the Grand Gallery, and this was the only meeting place where the two chambers could meet and discuss things. It comes from the Bible, the three wise men. It's not really likely, although we were super religious up until the 16th century, really Catholic country.